Okay.
I pressed the button. We're live now.
Awesome.
Yeah, and actually it's so weird. Facebook didn't yell at me for going early this time. Although I do, like you said, I have to change the logo. Okay,
yeah.
all right. Now it's,
there you go.
Yeah. I was too busy trying to figure out your stupid video issues.
I apologize. I mean,
now you're fine. I don't get it. Whatever. I don't care.
So in backstage, I'm slightly lagged, but right now it's fine.
Yeah, actually.
Yes. I don't know why.
I step it up when it's time to perform. That's Balls' way of doing things. I am Mo Lightning. This is the Low Blow Underground. We're back, even though Raw may not be bringing back Raw Underground soon, ever. I don't know. We do it because anything goes.
Yeah.
Now I'll ask you right away. Do you think Raw Underground will ever be back?
No.
Nope, you don't think so. I think it'll be back once. I think they'll do like special edition, like one off. This is the only way these two guys can settle their score.
I was gonna say, like I said, no, really fast, and then I was gonna say, well, it'll never be back consecutively. Like
You're right, yeah.
Like it might be back as a one-off. It might be back as a, just a random thing you need. But no, it'll never be back as a segment that happens week to week anymore.
I'm kind of curious if it's actually going to become a gimmick match. Like, Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt in a Raw Underground match. And it's still in the ring. Yes. There's still rope breaks for no apparent reason. I don't even know what the difference would be. I could just see that being a match.
It's not even in a disclosed location anymore. Like the doorman's gone. So anyone can get back into Raw Underground now.
Well, he's not gone. He's just busy with AJ right now.
Yeah, I was going to say he's found new employment.
Exactly. Yeah, he's moved on. I want to point out here on the Low Blow Underground, where anything goes, we got AEW predictions. Otherwise, nothing on the agenda. Nothing pre-planned out. No 6 things this week. We want to do something different.
Yeah.
And go with the flow. So if there is something you want to talk about, preferably mostly wrestling related, that would be great. We'll talk about it. We'll give our thoughts. With that said, Balls, I actually want to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
No, it's one that you may have to think on, though. Maybe not. So you and I were WWE approved moderators.
True.
For Comic-Con and whatnot. So you've been on stage. You've hosted a lot of these stars and whatnot. Yeah. And actually, you've done like some trivia challenges and whatnot. So you've been on stage at Comic-Con enough.
Yes.
And, I do a lot of the live streams, and I did one a bit ago with Grant, the vocalist of a band Through Fire. And he was late coming in, and he was very low key. And a part of me is like, did he not enjoy the conversation? Was he not into it?
Yeah.
So do you ever have one of those interviews, maybe when you were on stage moderating, where you weren't quite sure if the guest or guests were really feeling it or not?
Yeah. I mean, I know I've had that happen. Like I probably can't pinpoint a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is when, but I know I've had that happen where I'm like, I don't know if he's into it or the room's just not feeling it or
right.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The room's easy. I mean, I have so many of the rooms just like, yes, we like what you're doing. Please do it.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, like, anybody got questions?
No.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
I can't because I planned on you having questions.
Yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't a bad interview with the guy from the band, but it's just one of those, he wasn't very animated, very responsive. And some people are like that. Some people just, but I'm definitely, flail my arm. So I kind of expect some arm flailing back.
Yeah, no, I think that you are more arm flailing and Jerry Milani. What?
How dare you, sir? Oh, that's to you. That's to you.
That's true. Okay. You're arm flailing and I'm more low key. Like, yeah.
You're like, hello, ladies. Yeah, look at me. I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. Good to see you too, Nathan. Thanks for stop it. And Jerry actually does some hosting and whatnot. Jerry, you
Yeah.
have one that you're not quite sure if the celebrity was really into or not?
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I'm sure that is something that every moderator or host has happened at one point or another.
Oh yeah, and probably all the time if you're really bad at hosting.
That's true. You just need to draw it out of them, make them feel comfortable, for sure.
Yeah, and some are just like that. Like your favorite superstar, Elias, was on Table Talk this week.
Yeah.
And I immediately texted you. I'm like, I'm sorry to have to say this, man, but he's actually a really cool dude.
Which I assumed. I just don't like his character at this point or most of his career. But
he's real low key too. And he's real laid back. And quite often, like when you're talking, he's focused in on you where, I'll watch it and be like, and look all goofy and everything. And like the heart emojis like start,
Yes.
So people are like that, but the one I just hosted earlier today, I don't know. And maybe I'm my own worst critic that I'm like, it was an okay interview.
Yeah, yeah. Now, have you had experience with this guy or band before?
The band, yes. This guy, a little bit. They actually, as I pointed out in the interview, they were the last concert that we had, last rock show we had go through before the pandemic hit.
Gotcha.
So
like when you had interactions with him then, it was different.
I didn't interview him, and it was more like discussions with the whole band, or if I had greater conversations, it was with the other band members.
I was going to say, he's either more comfortable with the rest of his band around.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that could probably be a thing. So
I also know I was at the end of the line of promotional interviews today.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And that's not always fun, being at the end. I don't like being first, and I typically don't like being last.
I have never had to do that. I've never done that type of radio or hosting where it's like boom, boom, boom. They just call in, knock it out, and you're done.
Yeah. You got 8 minutes. You got to be on time, and then get out.
Yeah. I've never had that aspect of it, but.
Okay. I was just curious, if there was anybody that came to mind right away or not, if you weren't quite sure. Because, you worked with what? Enzo and Cass, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I just assume, Cass wasn't into it.
I think the two that kind of peaked, like when you said it, were Bray Wyatt and Enzo and Cass, both in Chicago. Both because, like, Wyatt had no idea what he was supposed to do or if he was supposed to be in character.
Nope.
He was dressed from head to toe in more denim than I have ever seen in my life.
He was going to a country video shoot after that.
It was like denim overalls, denim shirt, denim bucket hat. I'm like, hot damn, like you. And then Enzo and Cass.
And then amazingly, Enzo showed up in the exact same outfit.
Right? Pretty much. But like Enzo and Cass just kept looking at their WWE handler going, what can I say? Like, and then Cass would just kind of sit there. Enzo would definitely answer the question, and Cass would be like, yeah.
I like that.
All right.
I like that. Where I worked with a lot of stars, especially Paige stands out, who didn't care what the PR line was supposed to be. And the WWE rep would be like, stop that. She's like, I'll be in trouble. Too late.
Yeah. Now, my favorite stuff was like Finn Balor, because he'd get a ton of questions about the Young Bucks when they were in Japan and get a ton of stuff. And I'm like looking at the handler. I'm not going to stop the question. It's like I can't not.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to answer it, that's on him. Like, I'm not going to get to that point.
Jerry said that they had one the other day that totally checked out, but a larger panel, so the others are able to compensate it for it. Could hardly notice unless you were looking for it. Now I want to watch the replay and look for it.
Right. And yes, definitely that's happened when you're hosting a group panel and that one they're just not the most, talkative or,
they're not the biggest star on that panel.
He's the one guy who like is only kind of related to the group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one that's only appeared on 2 episodes of the show, where everybody else is there every single episode.
You're the guy from the cast member of Angel when everyone else is a cast member of Buffy, and you're only there because it's kind of related.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember I have a picture. I went to FanFest, one of the Chicago ones, like Heroes and Villains.
Yeah.
And I met the Gotham cast. So you had Bruce Wayne in there. You had Harvey Bullock, and you had some of these really good characters. You had the Penguin, and then you had Jim Gordon's uncle. It's a group shot, so you're not going to be like, get out.
Yeah.
But not exactly,
My favorite is like from another point of view is when agents do that, and we're like, we're going to pitch you this lineup, and you're going, all right. Who the hell is that guy? Hold on, IMDb. Oh, this person was in 3 episodes of this show playing 2 different people. Why do I want this person?
You just have to make it work, buddy. You just have to make it work somehow.
Yeah. No, totally.
And that's what you did. So if anybody's a rock fan and you check out the stream I did with the guy from Through Fire, let me know. If it was just me, it's been a long day. So maybe it's just me in my own head thinking it wasn't that much. Or like, Mo, you're onto something. You sucked.
No, you're right. It really wasn't good. It was totally you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm actually a little surprised. I told you this ahead of time that big wrestling figure panel today, live stream event that you not only missed, you weren't even aware of it.
I knew it was happening. I just didn't know it was happening on a Thursday.
I just didn't know when it was happening.
Yeah.
But I knew of it. I knew it was a thing.
I knew of it. I knew what Liv Morgan and Keith Lee were supposed to be guest hosts. Like, I knew that. Nathan's checked out right now.
At least you try to check it in. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Better than most.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so no Guess the Groin this time, although that would have been fun. Guess the Groin edition of figures you've never seen.
Who does this look like? Oh, my God. Announced today. Oh, no, but speaking of figures, what's the most recent wrestling figure you purchased?
I think it was the Chase Naomi figure.
Oh, you actually found the Chase Naomi. I have not seen Chase Naomi yet.
Yeah, so I actually have the regular and the Chase now, which I don't have too many of those, but I'm like, the Naomi outfits and whatnot are so fun to begin with. Yeah. She's good people, so I think that's the newest. Yeah, I have a couple coming.
Yeah,
I pre-ordered a bunch, but I think that's the newest one.
Well, like I ordered the Bobby Fish figure off Amazon. It was like coming mid-November. It arrived today.
I think so. I should have the Bray Wyatt Funhouse pack.
Oh, okay.
Is that the regular one or is that the Chase? I think that's the regular one.
Regular, yeah. I think it's regular, yeah. Guess the Groin when you can't see his groin. It's just an NXT title belt.
Yeah, at least you know it's NXT, right?
That's true.
I wanna like Bobby Fish Chase figure.
Yeah, the Chase is the black trunks.
Yeah, the black gear is the okay. So
yeah, because the camo matches the Roger.
I would yell at the provider. I'd be like, "How dare you!"
Right.
Actually, I like the regular attire better, but the problem with that with the pre-orders is I should have the Bray Wyatt the Firefly Funhouse exclusive, but I also pre-ordered some AEW figs. I have Dustin Rhodes and MJF coming, and so because they're pre-orders and they're whenever the hell they show up. Yeah, I'm waiting on those, and I'm guaranteed them, so it's all right. But I pre-ordered from Target the day the Ultimate Warrior and Eddie Guerrero ones went on sale. The Ultimate Warrior last appearance one.
Yes.
The day they went on sale, Target.com pre-ordered them. They haven't even shipped yet.
No.
But I see them. I don't see those in stores, but the line's been in stores and people grabbing them, flying off the shelves. I'm like, why are they in stores before they're in my possession?
Welcome to Target. That's been the biggest thing for 2020, Target pre-orders. You should just be excited it's not canceled.
Yeah.
Because Target and Walmart canceling their pre-orders religiously, and everything's just going to the store. It's insane.
Yeah. So, by the way, if you're new to this, Balls at one point a long time ago actually did an action figure podcast.
It's on hiatus.
Okay. Yeah. Raw underground of podcasts.
Yes.
It'll be back, not on a regular basis, but eventually.
Bare knuckle toy discussion. It's fantastic.
So, do you miss it? Do you miss the other podcast, or do you find a little bit of relief not having that obligation?
No. I honestly, the obligation is fine. I do miss talking about action figures. And
what are you missing talking on?
What?
What are you missing? Like, are you dying to talk My Little Pony?
Oh, huge brony. No, I mean, there's been a bunch of stuff that's definitely happened since, like, the last time we had a show was late February, like, right. I don't even think Toy Fair had happened. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even remember if Toy Fair happened this year with everything going on. Toy Fair is normally like the weekend of Valentine's Day, so it might have happened. I want to say we recorded the week after and hadn't recorded since. And we actually plan on coming back this week or next week, or probably next week at this point.
Was this the big spoiler? Was this the big announcement right here?
It was me fumbling through some sort of... No, I need to figure out tech-wise, because one of us is okay to go out in public. The other one does still not really want to socialize. So we got to figure out how to do basically 2 in a room and 1 on Skype. So we just need to figure out how to run that through a mixing board and all that stuff. And then we'd like to get back to normal, talking about stuff.
Talking about dorky stuff and...
Absolutely dorky stuff, but probably not guessing groins. That's our gimmick.
No, that's our gimmick. You don't be stealing that one unless you're going to give us the props for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Which, out of curiosity, how many of our ideas have you taken to Table Talk, or do they get first? I'm just curious.
A handful.
Okay, good. Just checking.
Yeah, but at the same time, you've had a 14-year head start. So, I
have something slightly mature and stuff to say. When you say 14-year head start, did you realize this show, everyone we've met, everything we've done on this show, the low blow has lasted longer than either of our marriages?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, yours had a longer track record than mine did. So, I mean, But no, you're right. My podcast husband right here, Paul.
Oh God, I forget. It hit me a little bit like a while ago, and I was like, I gotta say that at some point. Like, it's definitely, going into wrestling audio 15 years ago, neither of us had any clue what we were doing or what it would have.
I still don't know what's going on.
Not week to week. We have no clue, but
yeah.
We didn't know. We didn't
Day
know,
to day,
everyone we'd meet or
yeah.
Super interesting.
I will say though, I mean, while I'm cheating on you with Devon and Lindsay, if you could start getting us guests on the low blow, then I'll start loving you too. You put the effort into it like Devon has, then you can woo me back.
Can I get credit for Jerry Milani showing up? No.
Jerry Milani does bring up topics of bobbleheads, and we do not talk about that enough.
We do not. We do not talk about.
How many do you have, Jerry? And what's your prized possession? What's the big one?
I hope he answers quickly.
He's tuned out, much like Nathan. He's just checking out.
Jerry's like, they're asking me questions. This is weird.
I'm not being interviewed. Are you paying me for this? You didn't pay for this virtual session. It's one-on-one session.
Oh,
yeah. So I don't know. Go ahead and get us some guests. And so Jerry's got about 15 or so.
All right.
What's the prize possession, Jerry?
Yeah.
What about you, bud? What's your prize possession?
Ooh. I still have the autographed Stanley pop that you got me in Portland.
Oh yeah. I got you. I have not given Devon an autographed Stanley pop.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of given to us because we like babysat Stan and so he could sleep on chairs. But
I didn't have to share. I was not told.
You did not. You did not have to share. No.
I could have easily tried to flip that sumbitch.
No, that's why I appreciate it.
Jerry's prized possession is Herman Munson. Munster.
Thurman Munson.
Yeah.
From
look at that.
Canton, Ohio.
Yeah. Friendship with Mo Lightning.
What?
Yeah.
Aw.
And then number 2 would be Joe Camel.
Yeah. Smokey Joe Williams. I don't know who that is. Thurman Munson, I know.
Yeah. Herman Munster. I know who that is. Yeah.
I can't think of any other like that would be like a prized possession. Like House Burning Down, I'm grabbing that one.
Yeah, okay. Well, then what are you grabbing then?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the Stan Lee, I would grab,
Right.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, my Ultimate Warrior autograph figure.
Okay, right.
That's pretty high up there. I think it's pretty much, just what comes to mind right away. How about you, though?
I get that question a decent amount. I'm like, okay, if you could only pick one off your walls, what would you pick? I'm like, I'll just sacrifice them all at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say at this point, well.
Yeah, so I don't know if I really have one. I mean, I have, the ringside exclusive Gold Dust.
That's somewhere.
It's kind of crazy, though. I'm actually pretty good at remembering where these things are.
How often do they get moved around?
Once a year now.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was still seasonally.
No, but like this one, it was just rare. I still have 2 of them. The Shattered Dreams exclusive. I still think it's like one of the best Gold Dusts to date. If you actually look without like the his little gown.
Yeah.
Casey says besides his dog, his prized possessions would be his leg.
I like literally had to keep reading because I'm like, I don't.
He's got autographs that got tattooed on his leg.
Yeah. I had to keep going. I was like, all right.
But I mean, my legs are pretty important too. I mean, if that's the case, then I would probably hold on to a penis.
Luckily, so I don't have to worry about taking them with me when I leave.
Right, and my beard. I would probably hold on to my beard. I mean, if we're talking body parts, I'm just my tail. I mean. Nothing. Ooh. Never mind. I don't know what we're talking about here. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if we're going like Funkos, obviously the autographed Stan Lee's up there as well. And I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much like I have some stuff that I think I consider pretty cool, but like those I think are the main pieces.
Do you still have your artwork, your hand-drawn wrapper collage? Yeah. You have it hanging up?
It's currently hanging in my bedroom. I have no real place to put it.
Oh. Can you like take a picture sometime so I can plaster it here on the show?
I'm still pretty proud of it, so sure.
I think I know the answer, but considering you're such a big fan, any chance Gold Dust or Dustin Reynolds being a guest on the show?
Which show? Table Talk or this one?
This show is more likely than Table Talk right
this
now.
Show, the odds are better.
Table Talk, it's something that he'll admit if you ask Devon, but he's a WWE guy, and if you start reaching and branching away from WWE, you run into that risk of somebody that's going to start trashing the company. And Devon, he likes his job. He likes what he does. So he doesn't want to, lose that. He doesn't want to burn those bridges potentially.
He doesn't want to put himself in that situation.
Right. Yeah. So he did say Table Talk.
Yeah.
If relationship ever changes and Devon's no longer associated with WWE, then I think it's fair game. Like anything goes. But right now, people that aren't going to burn WWE, and not to say Dustin Rhodes would, but WWE is very particular on WWE people being on AEW stuff and AEW people being on WWE stuff right now. So, there's that right there. Carrie says her Jeff Jarrett signed guitar. That's pretty awesome.
Does it say slap nuts?
I don't know. I'm just happy. She should be happy that he signed it and did not use it.
Yeah. Please tell me, did you ask Elias what it was like when a guitar does not break?
No, I didn't even get to half the questions I wanted to. Like, ended up being some pretty good conversation, and I didn't realize that Elias and Devon had such a history. Actually,
was Elias a Dudley that I'm unaware of?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't Music Dudley or anything like that. No,
Minstrel Dudley.
Yeah. So I was surprised. If you watch Table Talk, you'll understand, and
Sure.
maybe you won't hate Elias as much. Jerry's got some Walking Dead #1 variants.
I sold mine.
I don't even know if I think I did sell them.
I think that's the winky face. It's the.
Yeah, it's not as much as a former CEO might. Yeah, he's got storage units of them. Storage units. So Casey, my prize thing on my wall, my autographed Motley Crue drum head, and my favorite pop. My autographed CM Punk from SummerSlam 13 pop.
Nice.
Yeah. I still can't believe that we gave away a CM Punk pop years ago at a panel, not thinking it was going to be quite the big deal.
No, not at all.
I think it goes for $100 now, give or take.
Oh.
And we gave one away for free at a former wrestling audio panel. Long before it was $100, though, I tell you that.
Long before, because we would have flipped it.
I think it was even the Hot Topic variant, too.
I think you're correct.
Yeah, which is even more money, so... Yeah, and there was a local seller. I just reached out to a guy yesterday that's selling all the WWE pops that he had.
Oh, okay.
Making money, moving. I'm not quite sure, but I asked. CM Punk was in there, so I asked how much, and he was asking for $100. And I'm like, hey, it's a good price for it, but it's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So
not when you can go to a store and buy like 10 other pops for $100.
Yeah, I mean, I have the CM Punks out of the box, but I have them here. I've had them for the first run. I was just kind of curious what he was asking for,
Yeah.
And the other ones were all reasonable too. But Nathan's prized possession, his Hulk pop, the first one they ever put out, autographed by Lou Ferrigno. Despite him being a dick, I still love it.
Man,
was this before the new hearing aid though? Because I thought the same thing. Lou was difficult to work with. For me, until he got a new hearing aid, then it was a night and day difference.
I worked with him as of last year, and it's still difficult to work.
$400 you were offered for your CM Punk. Nice. C2E2.
Wow.
By a guy after he signed it. I assume you mean after CM Punk signed it and not after that guy who tried to buy it. It's like, I'm going to put my name on it.
No, you got to sell it to me. $400.
Could you imagine doing that to somebody? Like, I really want that.
I really want this. It's mine now.
I'm going to write my name on it.
Makes it mine.
Yeah. So 2014. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. He got better. I mean, I know Jerry is in this conversation. Jerry worked with Lou a lot and had a good rapport. But I don't know. Maybe me just being a pencil neck geek. He didn't like me at first, but
no, I found out that if you're going to do a panel with him, the only panel he will do is about fitness, and it can literally only be like 20 minutes long. Because after that, he's just done.
Well, after 20 minutes of fitness, you're risking like your knees hurting, your joints being in pain. So it's just like a workout.
It's just like the workout.
Right. So if I ever did a panel on fitness, it would be 2 minutes. Because that's what I practice in and out of the bedroom. 2 minutes. That's all you need.
That's all you got, man.
That's all you need,
Sorry, ladies.
But that's a really enjoyable 1 minute, 45 seconds. It's really
15 seconds of 10 seconds of warm up, 5 seconds of cool down, 145.
I think that's fair. That's fine. I got shit to do, man. I can't spend all day there. All right, working out. All right.
Live my life.
Yeah. Anything else, that maybe catch your attention?
Yeah.
In the news or anything before we kind of move on to some AEW stuff?
Nothing I can think of. Nothing. I watched NXT. I thought NXT was good the other night. I thought Shotzi got her tank ran over. Did you get to catch up on NXT?
I did watch NXT. I feel bad. So I'm on vacation next week, which means I have to work like double this week
Yeah.
to be able to work ahead. So I fell asleep as soon as the bell rang for Champa Velveteen Dream.
Ooh.
Just on the couch
Good.
out. And I literally woke up as Champa is getting his arm raised in victory.
Oh, and it was good. Dream Tampa. I'm like, I'd watch that again. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. So I feel bad. Otherwise, I enjoyed the show. I watched the rest of NXT and then caught up on AEW via social media.
Johnny Gargano playing like the game of life with the person in the purple mask. I love wheels.
A rumor going around. I don't like wheels. That's untrue.
That's not true. Look at me. Here, let me spin for you because Wheels and I get along.
I think WWE probably upset that the election's not giving them more sound clips yet. Or at least by the time they went live with some of these, with these shows to be able to really have fun with.
Oh yeah.
Some of these quotes here, but I thought it was a good show, and AEW, it's a very consistent product that either at this point you love or you're casual about. I mean, like you don't see too many people like, at first I was casual, but now I like it, or I really liked AEW first, but now I don't. It's consistent.
No, for
which
sure.
is not a bad thing, but the MJF Jericho stuff, twists and turns that I'm not expecting, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I definitely enjoyed the match with Sammy and Ortiz. Crap. Yeah, it was Ortiz, not Santana.
Yeah.
Against Wardlow and MJF. Like, I thought that was good.
Yeah.
And Jericho on commentary was great about it because he's very much putting over the fact that these two do not want MJF involved.
They need to bring in Tito Ortiz and Carlos Santana.
Yes.
To be a tag team. We got Santana and Ortiz.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
And then they name themselves after a different airport that's not LAX. Burbank or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's what my suggestion is, but what do I know? That's probably why they don't hire me for this stuff. Most prized non-WWE figure. Why are you putting me on the spot like that, man? What the hell? It's not like this is a low blow underground where anything goes. I don't know. I got some stuff from my youth that's probably got the nostalgic value behind it that I really dig. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't really have too much in the way of non-WWE figures. I mean, I got some of the Batman, like the 66 stuff. I got some of that line, which I was so excited to get after decades of my life not being able to collect that stuff.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know if I have one. I'd have to think about that a little bit to see if there is one particular nostalgic figure. Like, no, that's not going anywhere.
I probably couldn't break it down to figure, but if like looking at my Batman stuff, I would say the animated series stuff holds a higher place than Arkham or some of these other lines.
Yeah, no. Jerry chiming in. Saw the Moondogs versus Bruno Sammartino and Larry Zbyszko back in 1981. The Moondogs, no, I don't believe they have figures, but Bruno has multiple figures and Larry has had figures.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't think there's been anytime recently, though.
Nothing for Zbyszko that I can think of recently.
I think
I would have to look up who the Moondogs were before I can tell you officially.
Actually, I think Zbyszko was a part of a 4-pack.
He was.
WCW 4-pack.
Yeah, was
with
that
Nash Hall and Guerrero?
I was going to say that was the LWO Eddie Guerrero.
And that was the only reason I got that one because it's an LWO figure.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. Did you have Burger King for dinner?
I did.
What'd you get? Just a burger?
Burger, chicken sandwich, fries.
Wow. Jeez. Slow down there. Give let some food versus other people.
I know.
Yeah.
I eat terribly. It's fine.
Yes, that's all right. Me too. That's fine. I get that. They brought Bones into the ring.
I would hope so.
It's a good gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they large enough to use as weapons? That's kind of what I want to know now.
Yeah, like really like cartoonish, like Flintstones sort of.
I'm picturing like this rack of ribs that tips Fred's car over. Like, just used as a weapon. That's what I'm hoping for right now.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to me when the ref's not looking. They cheat, use the bone.
Use the bone.
Yeah, use the bone. Use the bone.
Yeah.
I think somebody needs to bring that back, to be honest with you.
Coming to AEW next week.
I'm looking at you, Austin Theory.
What about Austin Theory?
I don't know. Bring back the bone.
The Moondog, Austin Theory.
Or John Morrison changes his name, and John Moondog.
Johnny Moondog.
Yeah.
Awful, and I love it.
Yeah. Not me. Somebody else in my Mo family.
Yeah, I got you.
But I appreciate the thought. All right, so let's talk AEW Full Gear going on this weekend. How's the line looking? How's the card looking?
Oh, first of all, Full Gear apparently means full of stipulations. It's Elite Deletion. It's an I Quit match. It's if I don't win this, I'm never going to compete for a tag title again. Tully Blanchard banned from ringside. We got, if MJF wins, he joins the Inner Circle. There's stipulations all over this card.
Thank God you stopped. I couldn't turn my head anymore. That was getting to be a little much there. Yeah, so a lot of stipulations, which is similar to Nathan's comment here.
Ooh.
Best prop ever used as a weapon. He suggested the Undertaker's urn.
Yeah, say Undertaker's urn is good.
I mean, if we're looking at real weapons and not like the over the top goofy ones, like using
a giant
shampoo bottle, Booker T and Edge. I would actually say Hulk Hogan's weightlifting belt because it was never disqualified.
It's true.
There was just a piece of clothing so he could use it as a weapon. I mean, it's like, that's brilliant.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, going probably more old school, similar to the urn, Cornette's racket, just super unique. Heyman using a old school cell phone. It wasn't old school then.
I was gonna say back then it was just called cell phone.
Cool. Yeah, it was just a giant brick cell phone, which, being a smarmy businessman, makes complete sense for that because it was a status symbol at that point too. And I mean, definitely stuff like that. I mean, that's really what jumps to mind right now.
Maybe we'll get some new ideas. We'll get some new suggestions with the Ultimate Deletion match.
Oh gosh, let's do that one first because no one knows what the hell this match is. Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara, the feud that never ends
until someone's dead.
Until someone dies,
which will probably be Matt Hardy,
most likely, because he has a lot of shirts that say "You can't kill him" and Matt Hardy doesn't die. It's karma. Matt Hardy dead.
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara, Inner Circle. Oh man, basically the smart mouth punk of Inner Circle, just picking on the older guy in Matt Hardy. I don't know. I feel like Sammy needs to go over in this, but it's called Elite Deletion. To my knowledge, it has never really been said what this match is about.
They're probably still figuring it out right now.
100% accurate. But how does, storyline-wise, how does Sammy prepare for a match that no one knows what it is? It obviously gives Matt Hardy the upper hand. Is it a cinematic match?
I'm going to say yes. I think it's a cinematic one. Where last time they tried to do one of these matches, it didn't turn out quite so well with the bumping of the head, that it did knock him out. It didn't knock him out. There's still conflicting reports to what's going on there. So I think they play it safe and they pre-record this one and make it cinematic.
I agree.
I think going live, if you want to try to make it as over the top as it sounds and as our imaginations allow it to be because of Matt Hardy's background, then cool. Then cinematic allows you to do that and probably could find a good way to, write a Sammy loss.
Yeah.
Or conversely, a creative way to get Matt to lose.
And that's my whole thing is that, like, Sammy Guevara's character, if he loses this, Does he let it go? I don't see him being able to let it go. So I don't know. I feel like Sammy has to win this just for the thing to end. I want them to feud with. I want them to see other people.
Yeah, I could see that. I think it's time. It's time. Their relationship is definitely strained. So I agree with that. I believe Sammy's going to win this one. I think Matt's at the point. He's not looking to climb the ladder and be the world champion, the proverbial ladder. I think he wants to just work with some young talent, some new talent, put him over. Yeah. And I think this is going to be one of those times that Matt can still be Matt and be weird or whatever he wants to do. And it's not really going, this loss isn't going to affect him.
I say proverbial ladder, because when it comes to climbing a real ladder, he'll do that anytime, ever.
Right. But I think Sammy Young needs to get back on track. And, a win's going to do a lot more for Sammy than it would for Matt. I
agree totally. We'll backtrack a little bit. Pre-show, free on AEW YouTube. It's going to be Serena Deeb against Allison Kay for the NWA World Women's Championship. So the match, Orange Cassidy versus John Silver, was supposed to be the buy-in. It got bumped to the main show. This women's match is now the buy-in. So a couple things. What do you think about NWA being so prominent in AEW? And then who do you pick for this match? I mean, really, because we don't have a whole lot of history or build-up or anything like that. It's just a straight-up women's match for the title for NWA.
I think it's smart. I mean, if the NWA is not really running shows right now, Billy Corgan assuring us as the owner of the NWA that they're still in business. They're just not running shows right now. Business is difficult right now, not just for wrestling, but for everybody. So,
absolutely.
He's honest about it, but these stars still want to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
And the NWA also, while they're not running shows, doesn't have to be paused. It doesn't have to be stopped. So Serena as your new champion is kind of cool because it gets some buzz. The way the WWE didn't quite embrace her on TV. And so, I mean, there's a lot of smart moves in giving her that belt and then allowing AEW to use it. I mean, I don't see a title change happening here. I think Serena, holds on to it. I think that's also why it's on the pre-show to show how progressive these companies are, both AEW and NWA, to say, hey, look, we have this other major promotions belt on our show. You should order our pay-per-view.
No, for sure. Allison Kay just announcing her free agency. She was Ring of Honor for a while. She was Impact, I think, before that. So she's a good pickup. I mean, obviously, we don't know if she's AEW or not. I think it could be a one-off.
Right. It could be like, let's see how you do.
I think
you can go, but this is your tryout for here right now for us.
Yep. I mean, AEW, I think we can probably all agree that their women's division needs help. It needs something. There's been injuries and travel restrictions and things that I think that have really screwed up that specific.
AEW loves their international competitors, especially the women's division, and so when you're unable to fly somewhere to work, then I mean, WWE's had a lot of issues as well. I mean, look at what Devlin as our cruiserweight champion, sort of kind of still credited as such on WWE.com, even though you got Eduardo El Masco or whatever guy's name is, Dirty Sanchez. I don't know what his name is.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I think Serena keeps this. She's a new champ. Thunder Rosa, I think, was a great women's champ.
And by the way, hello to Thunder Rosa. Thanks for following Wrestling Audio.
Yeah. Sup, girl. I don't know how many times I can say sup, girl, during the show.
Sup, girl.
So, yes, Thunder Rosa, apparently still with NWA. So, I say Serena keeps it. We're not going to see a title change, but I think it will be a damn good match.
Oh, I think it'll be a good match. I think probably that's why it's on the buy-in, because it's, to me, a little bit more of a blatant finish. Like, we know that the champion's going to retain. Like, I can't imagine the NWA championship switches hands on a pre-show.
And let's be honest, I think they want to keep it away, and we'll get to this match later, the AEW women's match.
Yeah.
After that, we got Orange Cassidy and John Silver from. Holy crap! Yeah, why the name of their group? Just
Dark Order.
Yes, thank you.
I thought you were testing me. I'm like,
I know. God, everyone's in the Dark Order now. So
yeah. Orange Cassidy wins this one.
Orange Cassidy, hands down. Yeah.
Hands down. Is that?
Yeah.
Well, I think Orange Cassidy needs to get back on track, and even though the Dark Order's got like 1,000,002 members, and there could be interferences and cheap shots.
Yeah.
OC overcomes the odds this time around.
I agree totally.
It would be the Packers at this point, Jerry. 49ers keep losing more and more people to the Rona. So at this point, you're going to have like the beer guy and the hot dog vendor suiting up for the team. So Packers win this one, I think, just because 49ers out of sync, out of whack right now, buddy.
Yeah.
Look at all these predictions we do.
Who's home and who's away? Because I would have done it based on weather patterns.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. After that, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So we brought it up a little bit. Chris Jericho versus MJF. If MJF wins, he gets to join the Inner Circle.
Oh, you got to keep this going. I mean, how do you just have a Jericho win and then just finish it?
That's true. No, you're absolutely right.
You don't have a dance number like 2-3 weeks ago and then be done with it now.
No. I think I'm going to go MJF as well because it doesn't say he joins the Inner Circle. It says he can join the Inner Circle. Mm-hmm. So how great would it be if he wins and then decides not to join? Like, I don't want to be part of a club that would have me as a member. Like,
or he has stipulations like the individuals that don't want him in the group are gone.
Are gone. Yeah, totally. So I do think MJF wins this to keep everything going. You have to keep. I mean, I don't know if he cheats to win. I don't know exactly how he gets this victory. Yeah. I don't know if it's a clean one over Jericho, but you cannot end it right now. You just can't. No, you can't. No, I agree with that. We'll keep going with the matches that are not for titles. Adam Page, Kenny Omega, AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament Finals. Winner gets a title shot. The return of the cleaner, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page. Their storyline coming to a head finally, which even Kenny and, I think JR made fun of it on AEW, and they were like, was it inevitable? Like, is this what everyone called? I really thought Wardlow was going to win for a while.
I think until Moxley loses that belt, and I'm going to be honest, spoilers, I don't think that's happening this weekend. I think Omega moves up that card.
And obviously this will come up later, but I mean, I pretty much agree with you, but
Omega the stronger heel with the cleaner and whatnot. They can rebuild towards him and Moxley. I mean, there's history already there. But it's not right away. I don't think it's right away. I think, Hangman can maybe the referee's knocked out or something. Like, so the Hangman Page will still have a beef. We'll still have reason to be in Omega's life for a little bit longer before Omega moves up.
No. Yeah, and I agree with that totally. And that's just basically thinking who, if Kingston wins, who's there to be. Kingston Page is not, I think it'd be good, but it's not something that I want to see on paper.
Right.
At least not yet. Moxley Omega makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. And I mean, there are other AEW fans, larger fans than myself, that watch this show. And
are you calling them fat?
Big? No, even bigger would be just as worse. No.
How dare you?
I don't remember the Moxley Omega feud ending. That's
what I'm beautiful, you AEW fans. Sup, guy?
I remember them moving on, and maybe it was an injury, something, but I don't remember the feud ending. So yes, they could totally pick it up with a new, different Omega and a more intense Moxley, and I think it'd be very good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. I think I don't like how much you and I are agreeing so far.
That's what I was about to say. What I don't like is the fact that we've agreed on every ending so far. Which can't be good going forward. Women's match, kind of brought it up during the NWA. Hikaru Shida. What the F? Hikaru Shida, women's champion versus Nyla Rose.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you starting a flame war here.
Man. This is worse than that thing you did to Bobby Lashley when you told him about Brock Lesnar.
No, not really. Not really. Although I did really make Devon freak out about that.
I know you did.
Yeah.
Shida versus Nyla Rose. I don't care. Like, this is where we've talked about the women's. There was they basically went on the record to say there was zero build to this because Vicky Guerrero wasn't available.
Yeah.
And so I just don't see Shida losing it in a match with no build, with no real heat. I'm like, yeah, Nyla Rose is a good heel, great bad guy, dominant female, but there's no spark to it.
There's no oomph.
There's no oomph.
You need the oomph, and Vicky's the oomph. And I don't think we get a title change until the oomph is back.
Yeah, I don't think we get a title change until we start seeing.
And maybe that's the story. You know, that without Vicky there,
yeah,
you know, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Not fat. He's just short.
Yeah. Sorry, Jason.
Yeah. Jason, I apologize on behalf of my co-host.
Which normally it's the other way around, and I have to apologize for him. So.
No, I think our AEW fans and viewers are beautiful.
I'm lucky I didn't hear any of that. TNT Championship. Cody, not yet Rhodes, against Darby Allin. TNT Championship.
Didn't Cody just win it back like a minute or two ago?
Yeah. See, we're gonna agree again.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this entire pay-per-view now.
And what does that say? Is that a good thing or a bad thing about the pay-per-view, you know?
I don't know. Well, because here's the thing.
I mean, I love being all-knowing, but
if you know, and then say they do things that are different than what we're predicting, and we go, the hell? We knew the best answer. Why don't you listen to us?
Sometimes it's good not to listen to us. I'll definitely say that. We have a track record of that. Nathan wants to know, supposedly 1,000 fans allowed at Full Gear. Will that help or hinder the show?
Help. I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and any live crowd is better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think AEW has been doing it right. Like, they've been letting people in slowly but surely, masks, having them sit in different parts of the arena. And I think they're just going to amp that up for Full Gear. And I think hopefully crowd response. I mean, let's be honest. Every move, even a generic basic move, is better with an ooh and ah crowd response.
Yeah. And right now we're so desperate for entertainment and to go to these events that, oh my God, did you see that arm drag takedown?
This is awesome. They haven't
Jason believing Ricky
yet.
Stark's going to interfere, by the way.
In the TNT match?
Yeah.
I said Kaz pretty much went on record to say something that they will be there, that his group will be there.
Tony Stark can definitely.
Yes.
I still think Cody's going to walk away as a champion, though.
Yeah. Do you think then Cody continues to something else, and then Darby and Ricky continue their thing?
I think we've got a few more weeks. Yeah, maybe with the interaction, especially if Ricky does interfere, then maybe there's triple threat or Ricky and Cody. I mean, like a few options before they move on. Because I mean, this is kind of filler time for all wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, WWE's got Survivor Series, but that month of December, you know, there's just like,
yeah.
Let's just get through. Let's just get to January where we can start focusing on the Rumble. You know,
even AEW is like, we're going to focus on the Rumble in January.
Right. So, you know, maybe they'll try some things and do some different things, but I don't think we're going to get too many home run feuds right now.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going to get too many title changes. Like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like Cody doesn't win it back from Mr. Brody Lee to immediately lose it to Darby Allin.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree. I hate agreeing with you.
I know.
But you're right.
Tag match. AEW Tag Championship. The match with the most stipulations. Tully Blanchard, banned from ringside. if the Bucks lose, they will never compete for the AEW tag titles again. FTR, Wheeler and Harwood versus the Young Bucks.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God.
I feel like at one point I was thinking that the Bucks would win because of the stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Now that, I'm hearing more about Matt Jackson being legit injured with a partial ACL tear, issues with his MCL and ACL. I don't remember which one is torn and which one is partial, but there's definitely issues there. So
something CL.
Something CL Punk.
See, I'm just about to say that.
Yes.
You got a doggy? You can put the doggy on camera.
You put the doggy on camera?
You put the doggy on camera.
Yeah. Vader, come here. Come here.
Come on, pupper.
Come here. No, don't run away.
It is your dog.
It is my dog. No, he's like, pet me. And then he turns so I can pet him. No, I'm trying to put you up here. So yeah, FTR. Yeah.
Jaden.
One of those is on, 3 of those are on SmackDown. I'm thinking FTR is keeping it because Matt Jackson is legit injured. And I do think the injury will play some important part in it. I don't know how they're going to get around the stipulation about never competing for a title again. Like the injury will void it. I don't know what they'll do.
Right.
I feel like FTR, yet again, they've only been a champ for a month or so. I feel like they have a lot more to do before losing the title to somebody.
Well, it's kind of like the Cody Rhodes thing where, he can never challenge for it again, but yeah. I'm sure there'll be a champion's exemption.
Maybe.
Where, if FTR wants to give the Young Bucks another a shot or opportunity in the future, then they can.
That's true. That's true.
So I think that's how you get around it, is that eventually these guys that are banned, Young Bucks or Cody, find a way to just frustrate the champion to the point where the champion's like, fine, you get another shot.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That's a good way around it. Absolutely.
Yeah, if not for the injuries, I would have called the Young Bucks.
Yeah, and that me too.
Stipulation, and because I think AEW, Tony Khan, I think TNT wants to see these guys as champions.
Yep.
But if a guy's injured and maybe out for a while, probably shouldn't hot shot a title to him.
No, and I mean, I showed you what the rumored lineup for AEW Wave 3.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks are scheduled to be the first AEW action figures that get repeats in new attire and everything. So I think there's definitely marketability in the Young Bucks that they want to take advantage of. We'll just have to wait and see if Nick was out for a while with an injury or baby, and then
I mean they could shock us and do a title change where he's still injured and then a new partner fills in, where that be an Omega. Or somebody different, or unrelated to the the Elite, but I don't think that's happening. I think FTR just holds on to it for now.
I agree with that. And then final match, the I Quit match for the AEW World Championship: Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston.
Eddie's on fire right now.
Yeah,
the promos and everything he's been cutting. Although that nose smushing took things to a very awkward level the other day.
It did.
That note. Sure. Like he was like trying to get inside Dean Ambrose there, Moxley, and but Moxley's not the type of guy to say I quit, while Kingston is the heel that runs his mouth.
Yes,
that's a gimme for losing an I Quit match.
No, it absolutely is.
Yeah, I think Kingston keep this momentum up, man. He's gonna go places. Like he'll be a world champion in this company if he can keep this momentum up. But I don't think it's just yet.
No, I agree with you totally. Like I feel, and we mentioned it earlier, is that where does everything go from there? Kingston wins. After Moxley, who competes against Kingston? I don't know. But Moxley Omega is your money feud. So I can see where this goes. Eddie Kingston's going to end up feuding with Pac. Like I feel like that's where that's going to go.
Right.
And that could be great for both of them. Kingston, fantastic on the microphone. And he's been able to bring stuff out of Moxley that we haven't really seen in Moxley recently, which has been great for him.
Yep.
And I love how personal the feud has gotten, how based in reality it is. You know, when you talk, Kingston's talking about, or Moxley was talking about Kingston's grandmother and them sitting around the table talking to each other and, you know, promising her that he'd watch out for him. And he's like, you know what? There's a part of me that believed that there's a kernel of truth in there somewhere that this conversation could have actually taken place. And that's what I think makes the best part of these storylines. Mm-hmm. I am picking Moxley because I think that Kingston, he says I quit at some point. Yeah. I don't know what happens, but he's definitely, you know, the brash smart mouth, so he will give up at some point. Moxley will just basically pull a Kingston from a month ago and fade out, pass out during the match.
It's a heel thing. I mean, Kingston can say I quit and then come up with excuses the next week on Dynamite. I mean, that's the thing. Sure. That's what good heels do. So he'll have, he's not going to man up and be like, oh, he beat me fair and square.
No,
it's got to be an excuse.
Oh yeah.
And that's what a heel should do. And that's why he can lose this match. I think Moxley losing his belt in an I quit match, I don't think that helps his character. So
no, I didn't realize till I was researching for this and looking up stats and stuff. Moxley's undefeated.
Yeah.
He's not. He's like, I think it said like 20-0 or something crazy. He's not losing this in an I quit match.
No,
he's not.
Now, we will have the predictions up on our socials at Wrestling Audio as we usually do. Thank you for anybody who is making the predictions with us here during the live chat. If there's anything added or dropped, you know, we'll of course compensate accordingly. Anything else before we wrap this up here?
No. Trying to get the dog to show up on camera, but he doesn't want to.
Nope. The dog is as embarrassed of you as the rest of us are.
True.
For that reason.